So this tr will do what? It will basically replace the characters. Okay. Now I want to delete the a from this, the character a. Okay. You see, Ankit became Ankit, Manish became Manish, Sachin became this. From the characters, A has been deleted. Minus D is basically for the deletion. Okay. Now, if I want to calculate the number of lines in this, so we have 3 lines. WC is a syntax. Name as word count minus L will give me the lines. So this will give me WC minus L will give me 3 lines. Okay. Now, let's say if I want to just do WC, so this will give me number of lines, number of characters, and number of words and whatever the things are there. Okay. If I do cat tennis.txt and sort will basically sort the values based on the ascending order and the things. So you see H here, the first letter H is in the smaller. Okay. And then Sachin and then other thing. So it has sorted it out. Okay. Guys, getting it or not? As getting it, all these commands are very, very useful for a daily troubleshooting and usage. Okay. Now let's say I want to cut the comma. Now there are so many commas and I want to print the last line. You see what will happen. I'll tell you. So what I have done here is I've done that cut the 5 character lines after the comma and print only fourth one. Means first, second, third, fourth. First, second, third, fourth. In this last one, fourth was nothing, so it has printed blank. If I print 3, it will give 3. If I give 1 comma 4, this will print 1 and 4th. Sorry. 1 and 4th. Yeah. But if I give like this 1 comma 4, no, this will not work. Sorry. If I give like this 1, 2, 3, 4, let's say, then everything will be printed, but nothing will be deleted. Okay. So cut command is helpful if I have to, let's say there are a lot of times there are strings which has a comma, which has a colon and these things, and I want to delete anything. Again, for example, let's say I have some value name as id colon 91. Now in this, I want to remove the 91. Oh, sorry, id. Okay, I want to just print the numeric numbers. So what I will do, I'll write echo $a cut minus d colon minus f. This is my second. Okay, so this will give me, before colon was first, second was second, 91. Isn't it interesting, guys? Getting it? These are the very, very helpful commands. Similarly, we have a unique uniq, which will give you the unique occurrence of the things. Now, another important command. If you want to compare the 2 files, okay, let's say I want to compare tennis.txt and sachin.txt. There's a command known as diff. And if you do this diff file, the to be compared, it will give you the data in this. Now this tells you, the first thing tells you which line has been changed. C means change. Okay, if there is something, let's say that if I do echo Sachin to Sachin.text, and now if I do this, now you see again it says that in the Sachin, earlier it was 13C14. So now 5 lines are there, right? Because out of 5 lines, this has been changed. This will tell you what has been changed in this. So it's not looking good. Let's do one thing more. So let's write cat, not cat. Let's do echo new. Now if I do diff on Sachin.txt and new.txt, now you see it in the another file. It just gave me new because Sachin was common. The cat new.txt and cat Sachin.txt, Sachin was common. So in the difference, only the difference has been put up. Hello world and new. That is a difference. Getting it? Now, these are the different commands. These are the different things which we use on a day-to-day basis in the Unix Linux. Definitely in one go, you would not able to get it. And I even don't want you guys to get it in one go. It all comes from the practice and from the different scenarios you pass through. That helps you with a lot of different things. So always remember that like you have, as much as you will practice with the scenarios, you will get the things. For the practice, there is already a list of assignment and the things which is ready for you guys, which I will be sharing by tonight. So you can take a week time, tomorrow's week time, and you can start preparing on that, and you can start looking into the things. Okay. Now, based on that, you will get the idea, you will get the things, and you can start practicing. And if you have doubts, you can let me know. Tomorrow we'll start with the Python introduction, and we'll see how Python and things going to work. Anyone has any questions?
Can we have all these commands that we practice now?
With the
Whatever you have done, can we have all the list of those commands?
it's already there. There's a Linux one file which is shared with you guys. Entire Linux book is shared with you guys. I am practicing, making you guys practicing those things, which is important for us. Everything is there in the drive. All the notes are already uploaded in the drive.
Okay.
It's just the assignment is there, which is left over, which I'll put up separately. Assignment is also there in those files, but I'll put it up separately so it is easier for you guys.
Yes, Sachin, can you explain comment the hash line? It is not comment, right?
That will be a comment only. Right? Normally it will be a comment. So basically it depends on the shell to shell. Okay. Few shell basically shows you the dollar. Few shell will show you the hash. Like most of the Unix shells will show you the dollar only. Hash is like just a terminals actually, like Mac terminal and all those. So I was using Mac and also that's why you are seeing hash.
But
But
in
in Unix terminology, hash is a comment.
the .sh file you did hash
Colon bin
exclamation.
bash, yes. Because
But
if I don't do
it is
that, it will give me an, because if I don't do that, it will give me an error. By default, processor understands that it has to pick up from there only. So or you always put it across up with a hash only.
then it is executable line, right?
Yeah. Just for that line. The
Okay.
first that should be always the first line. That is how the Unix shell compiler is designed to be read.
Thank you.
Hi Sachin, Ankit here.
Yeah, Ankit, hi.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask in cron tab, while explaining the cron tab, you put 5 stars in the file, right?
Hmm.
So what is the significance of that?
Yep, that's what we I think we discussed in the cron tab guru, that if you see here we have this is right. If I don't put that, if I put every two, so this 5 means the first one is for minute, the second one is for hour, third one denotes day, fourth one month, and the last one day of a week. Means right now if I put 2 days, so it will execute every 2 hours because rest all is star. Let's say if I want to put it at every 2:30, so it will execute every day at 2:30. But if I want to execute it on 15th of every 2:30, so it will execute on 15th of every day uh, at 2:30, on 15th of every month at 2:30. Or if I just want to execute it on the some weekday on let's say Friday, so now it will execute on every Friday at 50 on 15th of the month every, so that should be 15th also. Okay, then only it will be executed. So this condition has to be changed here. So it should execute on every Friday at 2:30.
Okay. Yeah.
So to take in a reverse order, you're saying, like first means 2:30, you give like 30
2:30
and
is the
2.
time, Friday is the day.
Okay.
If you put here star every day 2:30, star means every day, all.
Okay.
So how many of you, like, how did how much, rather I should put in this way, what do you guys learn today? Or did you guys think that you learned something extra, something new? Just put up in the chat window. Great. Now, so hope you guys find the session as a good and interactive. So definitely, now let's do one thing that I'll send you that I'll try to send you guys the assignment in a few hours so that you guys can start practicing it up. And there's a book name already uploaded there in the drive name as Linux 1, I believe. Yep. So please, yeah, Linux 1.pdf, please start going through the things and start practicing so that you guys can be comfortable with the things and stuff. Because we will be keep on moving ahead, but you have to move ahead along with the practice. Otherwise, you guys will lag, and end of the day, you will feel that trainer is bad. But that doesn't happen if you practice, then you don't feel like, I don't even care if the trainer is bad or wrong, but the whole point is about the your practice, your learning, that should never stop. Okay, so keep on going with that, keep on learning, and let's start with the Python introduction tomorrow. And I'll show you guys, for the people who have not installed it, don't worry, we'll go ahead with installation also, and we'll talk about the Python basics and things, and we'll move on with that. So tomorrow and probably another session on the Saturday is going to take up Python only. Today we'll be marking the closure of our first topic, that is Unix and the shell scripting. The commands which I have told you, like, see, there are so many commands, so there could be some of the scenarios where you can use some or other thing, but whatever I've told you, as a DevOps engineer, as a normal day-to-day Unix person, you will not going to use any of the other command apart from that, because the ones I have told you, those are only more than enough. Those are the commands which you use basically on the day-to-day your requirements and the things. Okay, once you guys are familiar with commands, we'll have the practice on the shell scripting also. Any questions, guys, so far? Otherwise, we'll wrap up the session.
Sachin, I have one question. Like,
Go ahead.
we have created the test.sh file wherein we have given the names in the editor, and then we have escape WQ, and then we have given the permission like chmod +x test.sh. So is it
Right.
mandatory to do that?
Yes, otherwise, if you are, so that is basically means that you are making a file as a executable. If you don't assign the permission to the file as executable, how will you execute it? It has the permission only read and write by default, right? So that
After that, we have done the /test.sh
that is a way,
and then
/ is a way to run the file. There are two ways to run the shell script. One is you put / and name of a shell script. Otherwise, sh and the name of the shell script.
Okay.
So you can, so we run it via this only.
Thank you, Sachin.
That is a syntax to run it. Like you run a Java program or any program, how? By Java minus Java and the program name and whatever the way you want to run. I don't know Java, but similar way you run this, the shell script program. And VI editor practice you should have, like you should know what to press to insert, what to press to delete, to save, to all those things. Deepika, did I answer your
Yes,
question?
Sachin. Yeah.
Okay.
So when actual DevOps will start, like tools?
That's just after Python course. Next Sunday, we'll start with the DevOps introduction again in detail. There's a lot to learn, lot to go. Don't worry. A lot and lot.
So in interview point of view, they will ask all these Linux, Unix commands
Yes,
and all
definitely.
this scripting or everything.
Yeah, they ask you to write the shell script. They ask you, they give you the use cases. Like I have given the last use case, ID:91. They will give you the kind of use cases to test out your knowledge on the Linux Unix to see what commands are there. They will never ask you to direct command that what do you mean by cut command, what do you mean by grep command. Always there will be a use case kind of a scenario for which you are going to use it.
Okay.
Okay, any other question? Okay, so I feel that if there is no question, then we are good to close the call. Enjoy your Saturday. Let's meet up tomorrow again with something new as a Python and learn that. So, okay, thank you guys.
Thank you, Sachin. Bye.
Thank you very much for joining in. Bye bye.
Thanks. Cheers. Bye.
Bye bye.